A very good afternoon and welcome to the 2009 Division 2 Grand Final. My name's Andy, I'm joined by Chipper. How you going there, mate?
G'day, Andy. Yeah, I'm excited to be here, mate.
It's a fantastic day, weather-wise, it's great. How's the old vocals holding up, mate?
We're just warming up, aren't we?
No.
Well, we're going straight too, mate.
Oh, sorry, mate, this is live. Yeah, I gotcha. The voices. We, of course, had the Division Grand Finals yesterday, Andy, and what was the exciting game of football. And the mighty Main Tiger Reserves got up, mate, which is my club, and we celebrated a bit loud. Loud and long.
If that doesn't get the hair standing on top of your neck, nothing else will. It's certainly a fantastic day today. Conditions are ideal, pristine, not a cloud inside, or maybe the odd one around, but Chipper, these are two of the top sides in the competition. We know Beenleigh, they did make the grand final last year, they went down, hoping to atone for that loss today. And then against the Bond Uni, who beat them comprehensively in the second semi.
Yeah, well, they did, and Bond Uni go in as probably not warm favourites, but certainly slight favourites after that win. They finished on the top of the ladder for a reason. Bond Uni had a great year, and Beenleigh were clearly the top two sides. Earned the right to play off today, and as you rightly pointed out, Beenleigh keen to atone on last year's loss to the Parkridge Pirates in a game which they really took up to them with a lot of the young fellas coming to the fore, and this year they've had a fantastic season again, and we'll be looking to go one better. And of course, whilst the Bond team, under the tutelage of Sam Wish-Wilson and crew there, they're looking to, after last year's disappointing year where they couldn't quite get to the big one, they'll be looking to take out the Div 2 final today.
Yeah, they did go out in the first semi against Coolangatta Tweed, and the toss has been won. John Duncan for the Mighty Buffaloes has won it. They're kicking to the left of screen. So it'll be interesting to see whether there is a bit of a breeze around. It looks pretty still out there. We'll certainly see how it unfolds. In the reserves game before, we saw an absolute cliffhanger. Victoria Point 9-13-67, defeating Alex Hills 8-9-57. Chipper, the conditions are warm. What we saw in the reserves game before, the players are working really, really hard, and it's just going to be a battle of attrition.
Yeah, look, absolutely. Yesterday was a terrific day for football as well. Similar conditions. Today is probably a degree or two hotter.
Yep.
And it will take its toll in terms of that total fitness thing. We go through the lineups, mate. The Beenleigh Buffaloes, they've got 5 or 6 teenagers who'll give them plenty of run, and that's sort of what they'll back their run and carry on. And conversely, the Bond Uni side have got 6 teenagers out there today, so they've both got a lot of youth, a lot of run, and it'll just be a battle of attrition, as you rightly point out, over the 4 quarters, you'd think. Expect this one to go right down to the wire, mate.
That's what we want to see. Hopefully not the same way the second semi went when Bond Uni comfortably took them down by about 60 odd points, but the player that was had a big impact in that game was the gun forward, Tyson Brazel. He was best on ground with 10 goals. He's on 95, needs 5 to reach the ton. To do it on grand final day with a premiership medal around his neck, that would be outstanding too.
Oh, no, dare to be outstanding. I don't like his chance to kick a 10 in the ground, to be honest. I think it's going to be a much closer affair today. I think he's likely to attract the tag of Jack James, the young gun, and the coach's son at full back, who's a terrific defender. He'll take on Brazel today, I'd imagine. But if he can get his 5 and get his ton, I reckon that'll go a long way towards Bond winning their premiership.
Absolutely. Well, these two teams have played 3 times, and Uni have won 2 and lost the 1. So it all comes down to this Division 2 Grand Final action. Uni to your right, Beenleigh to your left as rucks go up. Brought to ground there by Good Burn there of Uni, and they look to get in first inside 50. Good smother there from the Buffaloes, but the kick still goes inside the forward 50. Ball hits the deck. Cleared out now, an attempt there from Sean. Good player wrapped up there. And we'll see holding the ball. Free kick to the Bull Sharks at half forward.
So the Bond ruckman there, big Good Burn. He's been a good player over the journey. Kicks it to the hot spot, drops in deep. No one can take it. It looks like it's a Buffaloes free kick, and it is. And the free kick will go to Jack James, son of the coach. Gets his first touch. It's a nice hit too. Over to his teammate there in Jordan Basic. He gets it, kicks it on the former Springwood junior. Goes up onto the wing there and finds his teammate. Goes inboard now. They're controlling the footy nicely at the moment as it goes into the hands of Sean Good, the teenager. Kicks it along a bit further there to his teammate, fellow teammate there in Hakeem Kennedy. He kicks it on. They're going to possession game. There's a turnover as a result, and it's on the wing. And it's Stacks on the mill here. The umpires let the play go. And if it's anything like yesterday at Yendi, they did let it go a lot, being a final with a lot of desperation. They let a lot of play go.
Definitely, that's what we want to see as rucks go up. Centre wing out of side, brought to ground again there by Good Burn, who's done a couple of handy things early. Mate, you've highlighted just how important he is. He's getting his hands to the ball 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah, he is. He's been one of the more dominant rucks in the comp. Had a good look at him for the South Queensland sides, etc. Although the young fella there did a good job in that hit out then, Yendi.
Andrew Cannon was involved in that passage of play there. Ball there at half forward, up and under kick there from Uni up towards the middle of the ground. Good spoil there from the Buffaloes, knocking the ball towards their forward half. Pressure there on the outer side. Ball handballed out towards the wing there, towards Jake Meaney, but he couldn't get his hands on the ball. Ball now at half forward there for the Buffaloes. We've 2 minutes and change gone. Neither side yet to score in the first quarter of the grand final.
Oh, it's exciting to be here, Yendi.
Oh.
Are you calling your first Queensland granny today, mate?
Oh, loving it, mate.
Oh, you'd be loving it, mate.
Absolutely loving it. It's his balls on the outer side. Good work there from the Jack Fox, and the free kick's being given. It'll go towards the Bull Sharks at half back.
And not quite sure who's got it. He's kicked it forward, up onto the wing. It's a great hit to Benny Merritt, the son of Dodge. He plays on quickly. Hits it to the hot spot. It's a bit of dirty ball, but it's gone beautifully in the arms of Brazel. Onto his teammate there in number 20, who had a bit of a thing. It's bounced back, an awkward bounce, but it's in Bond's favour. Bond with the footy, can't quite get it. He weaves in and out. It's a great little pass. And they've got the first goal. They've got the first goal. It goes to Mitch Olorenshaw. Has snapped it over the body. Beautiful little bit of work there after the pass from Adam Hall. And Bond draw first blood 3 minutes into the first quarter at Leyshon Park. Div 2 grand final. It's 1 goal, straight 6. Uni leading Beenleigh, who yet didn't enter inside 50 yet, Yendi.
Yeah,
no
spot
score.
on there, mate. Some great work there from Uni, just trying to create opportunities. They could have taken the ball out through a rush behind just to get a little bit of scoreboard pressure. But clever work there from Olorenshaw, who followed up his work there from half forward, went down to the goal square, created opportunity, got the first goal of the game. Right spot, right time. Great day for kicking a goal on the first one of the decider.
Yeah, absolutely, you got to love it, don't you? It's Good Burn and his compatriot there in Big Barmy came off sort of about Urban Stevens there in the square, kick forward there by the Buffaloes. It's a bit of a battle between the two boys here out on the far flank. No one can gain the ascendancy, and it's almost deliberately run out over the boundary. Umpire doesn't see it that way. He's allowed that, and they're going to have a throw in around about 55 metres out from the Buffalo goals. Their first real foray into their territory early doors in the grand final.
Johnny Duncan's been getting his hands on the ball early for the Buffaloes, the captain, leading by example, but he can't get his hands on the pill on the outer side, and play will discontinue. The boundary umpire in perfect spot there. We'll see a boundary throw in between wing and half back for the Uni side.
hard to pick up the players' numbers today, Yendi, especially the Buffalo pale blue strip. It's a hard one to pick the numbers, but I'm sure we'll get it a bit better by the end of the day, mate. Now, apologies in advance, Yendi, to both teams and both coaches if we get a bit of the name calling wrong, given we don't know a hell of a lot of players in either side.
That's right, we can only try. It is grand final day as the ball goes inside the forward 50 there for the Buffaloes. The Bull Sharks clear and kick to touch. Will he go deliberate? No, he won't. Just a kick under pressure there, slewed off the side of the boot. He was aiming to more kick it towards the corridor, so umpire in perfect position there to make that call.
Yeah, I thought that was fair enough, Andy. He was just trying to clear it, and it was a poor kick in the end, or good in terms of Bond's thing. Goodburn grabs it out of the ruck, taps it on now to the advantage of his Bond teammate, who did a good job there in just getting a little bit of yardage. Did the young fella as Benny Merritt strides off into the distance, and just trying to play ID that young fella there. It was the number 14, Stephen Marnie, also the captain of Bond today, Steve Marnie. Good work there as Goodburn and Balm go to it again. No one clearly winning it. There's three players, stacks on the mill, and they're going to ball it up right in front of the commentary box here this afternoon. We're 5 minutes into the first quarter. Just the one goal Bond Uni as Goodburn gets it clearly this time, punches forward. Young Ola Renshaw can't clear it. It goes over the Buffaloes, tapped on a bit further there by his teammate. Buffaloes now wrapped up with a young fellow with the headband, almost holding the ball there. That was young Jacob Zingelman, of course, there. But it's going to go the way of Bond now, and Jack Fox will take the free kick.
Easy one to sort of pick out too, wearing the old headgear, as Jack Fox had an outstanding year in 29, and he pumps the ball along, looking for his man there in Brazil, and he can't quite take the mark. The ball taken there from the Buffaloes in the right back pocket. Ball switched up now to Jack James. Looks to just slow the pace down. Mark taken there by Aidan Duncan. So Duncan here for the Buffaloes. He switches across, hits his teammate there in Kennedy, who's been pushing up the ground and doing the job in the back line, looking for his teammate here in Mark Nolan. Good attempt to spoil there from Nathan Thomas. They recover now, the Buffaloes. Handball up the corridor. Very dangerous. Had to take on a couple. Almost threw it out there. Nathan Thomas in the heart of it there. He goes again, the young fella. Good pressure. Holding the ball. Umpire calls advantage. Free kick to Jack Mead. He puts the ball inside the forward line. Good tackle there on Brazil. And we'll see a ball, in fact, holding the ball. Free kick to the Buffaloes in the back pocket.
Got one down, someone down the half. It looks reasonably serious. It looks like a knee. One of the Bond players.
This might be Jaden Williams.
We'll see if we can identify him. It doesn't look good. I've got to say, 7 minutes in, first quarter, it doesn't look like a good injury. And it looks a bit left knee to me, Andy. We'll just keep an eye on to see. Number 7 it is. In fact, it's Ola Renshaw, young Ola Renshaw, the initial goal kicker today. The only goal kicker today, and he looks in a fair bit of strife as he comes off the ground. Mitchell Ola Renshaw, what a shame for the young fella after such a bright start. And that looks like...
You can't put any weight on the knee at all.
No, that's not just a little injury there. You'd think that's going to be a game-ending one today for the young fella, which would be a shame. Just 20 years of age, Mitch Ola Renshaw, one of their young run-and-gun players. And for Bond, of course, they'll be down to 21 players if he's no good.
Yeah, we'll certainly hope that he makes a speedy recovery. Maybe it's just as much of a cork, but you can sort of see the damage from where we're sitting. It's not looking good at all.
As you said, can't put any weight on the young fella. Absolute shame for him.
Absolutely devastating for him.
Bond team.
As the ball comes out here towards half-back, Buffaloes don't have as many players at ground level here. Shoveled out there by Thomas. Turnover now and throw, free kick. It'll go against Hakem Kennedy and it'll go towards the Bull Sharks at half-forward.
So Bull Sharks here. Through the agency of Blair Mortimer. Drives along. Benny Merritt perhaps flies there. Can't quite take it. Great smother from Benny Merritt there as he gets it onto his teammate in 26. which is Lachlan Crosby, and I believe there's a Lachlan Crosby Jr. down south.
Yeah, Lockie Crosby, who played down at Gisborne and
Bendigo Bombers.
Yeah, Bendigo Bombers, a very talented player, and that is the great man. So
it is him.
Yeah, it is him.
I do him. Beautiful.
Yep.
Lockie Crosby. As the ball gets driven out to the flank now, Bond again through the agency. It looks like King with the football. Might have been Jaden Williams actually for Bond. Gee, he looked uncannily like Reece King there for a moment as he drove it inside 50 for Bond. It's going to be another ball up. Just fair to say, 9 minutes in, Jens, that the Bond team look a bit more settled. Looks like they're cracking in. They're really geared up with a great start so far.
Their forward pressure is just incredible to watch, moving forward in great numbers. As a free kick too high, and it'll go to the mighty Bond Uni side. They're at half forward, hard up there on the boundary line. Can't identify the play. Will have the shot at goal.
He's got a good head of hair, mate.
Yeah, I want to.
Number it's Reece King. It's Reece King, number 11, mate.
One of the big players to watch out for today. He's kicked a few goals this year. He's been arguably the best player. He's kicked 15 on the board this year. Big left foot kick. It'll go the journey and it's home. And Bond Uni 2-1-13 lead Beenleigh yet to score. 10 and 3/4 minutes gone. First term, second division, grand final football.
So great goal there by Reece King. In fact, a really accurate shot. Tight on the boundary. Reece King, just the 18-year-old. He was playing in the grand final this time last year, Andy, for the Albury Tigers in the Ovens and Murray.
Wow.
I was actually there that day. They played against Wang Magpies in the grand final at the Wang Showgrounds. And Reece King was a dominant player that day as a 17-year-old. He's come up, and Bond were blessed with his services this year, and he's had a fantastic season and played in the South Queensland team, which I was fortunate enough to have a look at him through that program, and he'll be a very damaging player today, you'd imagine.
Well, he's been on fire early, making his touches count. Ball on the outer side there, picked off there by Ollie. Smart, and up and under kick. Goes towards the outer side. The Buffaloes have the numbers. It's a sort of a 2-on-3 when that contest took place. As Bond Uni work their way across half, back up towards half forward. Dropping the mark there, dangerous there was Sean Goody's opposite number 14 goes in. Players dive on the ball 30 metres out from goal. Umpire will call ball up. And interesting to say with Reece King as well, he's played 13 games this year and he's been named in the best 11 times. Efficiency, fantastic.
Yes, he's a young gun. He's not that far up being draftable, the kid. And he's had a ripping year again for Bond, so we'll see what happens with that. Just a lot of pressure at the moment, the Buffaloes. Every time they get the footy, they're under the pump to get rid of it. As you can see here, through the exchanges, can't get clear. Like on this occasion, they do get clear. Nice little kick. Not sure he kicked that, but it comes up in the direction there of his teammate in young Callum Eddy. One of 4 Eddy brothers today. Unbelievable, Yanks. Hey,
keeping it in the family, mate.
It's like the Danaher brothers, mate. It's a great effort. The 4 brothers playing in here today, and on that occasion was Callum Eddy. Couldn't quite get it. As the big fella, good burn and balm. Another even in out. They both get a whack at that one as it comes out now to Buffaloes. But Bond are clear in the stoppage. Jack Fox with the clearance on the right boot. It's a great kick, and he finds his teammate there outside, just outside the 50. Adam Hall kicks it long. Not the greatest of kicks in the direction of Brazil, but Jack Jones all over him on that occasion. He can't cough it out to the Buffaloes. They break clear. Nice little handball, nice little give by Cooper Lang, the 18-year-old for the Buffaloes. The ball now works its way up onto James Fallon. He goes quickly. They look to play on this side most of the time, Beenleigh, over the journey. As it comes back down now across to Jaden Williams with the handball. They're under pressure now. It's their turn to find a bit of heat in the Bond as it flicks out now through the agency of Connor Pike. And they're wrapped up here. It looks like, I reckon, no, it's a free kick.
Too high. So what's happened there is he's even gone to avoid the tackle, but the umpire deemed it fair enough to pay the free kick across half back. Probably a bit of a professional free kick because he was away as the ball gets pumped towards the outer wing. Spoil there from Marnie from behind as the ball goes up towards half forward. And a strong mark taken there by the great man, Benny Merritt. And he pumps the ball long and kicks it behind. He probably could have slowed down there, Chipper.
Well, they just went the quick play the ball. Both teams looking to move it just quick. They've got good young running teams in terms of their abilities, and they look to use that on a day like today where it's nice and dry. As Jackson Clark delivers the footy now onto his teammate there, and Aidan Duncan, another one of the two brothers out there today. He flicks it on a bit further to a teammate, up onto the wing for the Buffaloes. Oh, what an attempt at a specky. The young fella, he's hit the
Andrew
ground.
Cannon.
Goodness
oh,
me.
no, sorry. Can't really identify.
Might have been Hakeem. It's not Hakeem Kennedy. He's still on all fours at the moment, taking the wind out of himself, wherever it was. Fantastic attempt at a specky, and I'll hopefully get him to turn around. He's wearing the red and white boots too, just to sort of match his spectacular flair in going for marks.
A good spoil there from Jaden Williams on the outer side as well. He's been outstanding already with a couple of great defensive plays across half back here for Bond Uni.
Declan Good.
Oh, Declan
Good. Good, mate.
How good was that effort?
If you're listening to the replay later on today, son, mate, what an attempt. You just need to hang on to it, big fella.
He'll try again next year, give it every opportunity. We might have another crack at it today, as we'll see a ball boundary throw in. 15 minutes gone to this one. 2-14 in favour of Bond Uni, but it's Beenleigh who've yet to score. They pump the ball inside the forward 50. Great work in defence there from Ryan Cook. Gutsy effort there from the Buffaloes there at half forward, just trying to create something. It's not happening for them, but an important tackle there on the paint. We'll see a ball up at left half forward.
Yeah, you can see them working hard. They're starting to get themselves in the game, but the defence of Bond is just tight as you'd expect early in the grand final, and they just keep holding them up across half forward at the moment. But the Buffaloes go in again. Oh, gee, he's taking him out pretty high, I would have thought. Umpire sees it that way, and the young bloke there, I'm not sure who that is.
For the Buffaloes anyway, mate.
It's a Buffalo for the kick, mate. And they're miles away. I can't see my poor old eyes. Jens can't see that as he drives it along inside 50, about 30 metres out. Oh, it's a great mark coming across the side of the pack there for Bond. Fantastic grab. Not quite sure who it was. As kicks it clear. It was Fox. Fantastic work up onto the wing now, Jens.
Ball there on the outer side. Big booming kick there from Steve Marnie up towards half forward. He's trying to find Hall on a pursuit. He corrals his opponent hard on the boundary line. Great defensive work. Goes again. Oh, good work. G-A-W-N. He's gone. Great work, Hall, there at half forward. That's what we want to see. Just good second efforts there, mate. Chipper, it's fantastic.
Absolutely, Jens. He drives the ball in long, inside 50. Look at the Penny Merritt, and Merritt almost unopposed there. Just read the footy a bit better than his direct opponent. Turns and snaps with the old traditional snapping thing you do. Straight out front. He's missed it, Benny Merritt. Couple of opportunities gone for him now. He should have probably taken more time, composed himself and gone back and put it through. Yes, I would have thought.
Spot on there. Take your time in a grand final. Every shot at goal is crucial. Now it's up to the Buffaloes. Can they turn defence into attack? They'll hope to do so through Mark Nolan with a big kick. One-on-one contest there. Spoiled a ground there from Jaden Williams. He has owned the back line for Bond Uni today so far in the first 18 minutes of play, as the ball will be switched out to the commentary side. No, he had Bacon there on his own. That could prove to be a poor decision now, as the Buffaloes are just fiddling around with the ball. A big booming kick inside the forward 50. Boundary line might be the best option. Not here. Ryan Cook working hard, turns the ball over. Good effort there from Ollie Smart. Now there's some pressure here for the Buffaloes. They force the turnover 30 metres out from goal. Ball dribbles out towards the boundary line. How's the umpire going to see this? It's a throw-in. Most dangerous they've looked, Beenleigh.
Yeah, it is, Jens. As you said, they're sort of working their way in their game. It's still no easy pickings for them whatsoever, because Bond's defence has been so good. But both teams really having a crack early, as you'd expect in a grand final like today. Ball's wrapped up, another Buffalo in first, and another Bond tackle.
I can't stress enough, Jaden Williams has been outstanding today. He's been a 3 or 4 contest. Just reminds me a little bit of what Josh Gibson was like from Hawthorn, just his great defensive spoils.
Yeah, mate, no, well, you're coming from outside in too, so you get a real clean look at these boys at the end. Half of them is a bit the same for myself, haven't seen them either, but I do know probably up to half of both lots of players in both teams. We'll see them over the traps, we'll know a bit about them. But in terms of doing them in a grand final, again, we apologise to both clubs for our perhaps lack of IDing, but we'll get it right by the end of the day as it comes back out now to Cook. Cook with the handball across to his Bond teammate. That's young Ollie Smart, I reckon, wrapped it under the arm. He's a will-o'-the-wisp, this kid. He gets it back again now. He's a great player, really stable on his feet. He delivers in board there to his teammate in Oliver Farrad. He goes across now to Reece King, and the young guns combining there. Out onto the wing. Now, from Reece King on that trusty left, he finds his teammate in Connor Pike.
So Pike now will pump the ball up towards half forward. Looking for Brazel! Can't quite take it down. He was the meat in the sandwich there. A buffalo sandwich as well. As good work there from Connor Pike again on the outer wing. Again, the follow-up work with the defensive tackle. And we'll see a ball up between wing and half forward. Beenleigh, as we're ticking the time on, have not scored in this grand final. Only been inside 53 or 4 times. But the way that the Bond Uni have been able to clear has just been outstanding.
Yeah, so the argument there would be, Jens, I suppose, they're 2-3 to no score at the moment, Bond Uni, but have they really got the reward for effort? They've been probably a bit better. They could be 2 or 3 goals further in front. So grand finals, you've got to make the most of your chances. It comes out now to Bond. Beautiful, elusive work there from the young fellas. It goes forward, but greatly trapped off there. Jordan Bashik, great work, but he's fiddled around for too long, and the Bond tackling comes into play again, that forward defensive pressure.
It's something we've spoken about in the first 20 minutes. It has been electric.
Really good work. We'll just try and pick out the young fella who laid the tackle there.
I think that might even be Crosby at a glance.
Yeah. If it is, well, he's your boy too, then, so you should be able to get him, you would think. It's only early. Pretty critical from their point of view that they probably kick this Bond, and probably from Buffaloes, of course. It'd be nice to stay this close.
Question of accuracy on its way. That was in fact Andrew Cannon, and he goes bang. And they've kicked 3. It's 3-3-21. Bond Uni to Beenleigh yet to score. And I guess we were talking about before, just the reward for effort. That's an expression of it right there.
Oh, look, absolutely. That's atypical of the game they've bought in the opening 20 minutes of the grand final. And just reward, 3-3 to no score, probably typifies the type of energy Bond are bringing at the moment. But again, Buffalo haven't been disgraced, the Buffaloes. They've certainly been cracking in. They just had no time or space when they're getting their hands on the footy right at the minute.
And Buffaloes have been putting 2 on Brazil as well, so that means there's an extra man in the forward line ready to crumb and ready to get a goal scoring opportunity as rucks go up. Merritt contests there as they look to push forward again here. Bond Uni inside the forward 50, stuck the one Duke out, Adam Hall, but he turns the ball over, left foot kick, hugging the boundary line, and we'll see a boundary throw in between wing and half forward. Commentary side, it's 21-0.
It is 21-0, 22 minutes in. Big Benny Merritt now has a bit of a go in the ruck. He can play all over the place, Benny Merritt, and in fact that's got to be a free kick. Umpire not paid there, lets it all go as he's done for most of the day so far, the umpire. Kick smothered there by Bond. Back to the Buffaloes again through the agency of Aidan Duncan this time. Out to his teammate there. It looks like Jackson Clark, possibly with the football there. He drives it forward on the wing. It's a beautiful kick, centimetre perfect. Dropped what he should have taken there, the young Buffalo Bill. As it goes on now, out to the Bond boys in Nathan Thomas, and he looks like he's going to be bundled over. No, he hasn't been bundled over, and the ball's kept in there.
Up towards half forward now. Here's a genuine opportunity. It's a foot race. He's got a teammate there. Loose if he wants him now. It's a 2-on-2 contest there at half forward. And a boundary throw in again. Outstanding pressure from Bond Uni at half back, even just to get a hand on the tackler to force the error. And it means that we see a boundary throw on the other side.
Yeah, no, it's good pressure again as they go up. Merritt v. Balm. Ball comes down. Oh, it's a bit of a crude looking tackle attempt there from the Buffalo, but the umpire again lets it go. And as we said, Jens, a lot being left go, especially early in grand finals. I think anything 50-50, you just can't give it. You only got to give the blatant ones. Although I think they've seen a few blatant ones that get overlooked too.
Oh, it's just a hard day, contested footy. It's grand final. Everyone's excited. And we'll see a ball up. But I just sort of feel the possession count. Bond Uni sort of having probably 65 to 70% of the play. Haven't really made the most of it just yet. So it'll be interesting to see whether some of the wind's taken out of their sails and what energy they have as the game goes on, as Ollie Smart sees it out of bounds. in the left half-back. 24 and a half gone.
Just important, just for Buffalo's self-belief and confidence, especially after last year's grand final. Be nice for them to get a goal in the next 4 or 5 minutes just to keep the game alive in the belief factors. They're only 20 points down, but just a score on the board for their work and effort would be nice too.
Jackson Clark there on the outer side finds his teammate who is under a bit of pressure now. Clark dishes out a handball as they Buffaloes go inside the forward 50 and he spots up his teammate in Braden Eddy, who's had a pretty solid season in front of goals. He's kicked 28 for season 2019, and he has a chance to kick goal number 29, and you've hit the nail on the head there, Chipper. Just get one before quarter time. They would love it. Here's the chance.
Just get the one. They're fluky conditions. The breeze is a bit swirly as it was yesterday, so it won't be an easy kick for Eddie.
The blood rule now.
Yeah, I think we got that. Dean Davis Productions. Bit of blood and claret coming from the face there of the Bond player in.
That's Andrew Cannon.
Andrew Cannon comes off. He's been handy early too, the young fella.
Kicked a goal before. But here's the time to shine here for Braden Eddy. The wind starts to pick up now. He must kick this goal. He kicks it long, but it fades to the right, minus score. It's a sign though.
It's a sign.
You get one score on the board.
Yendi, your score's a score, mate.
Absolutely, we'll take that.
Get it in there. A point's a point, and they just need to turn that now into a couple of goals as well as it goes on to long bomb, left foot from Bond. Oh, Declan, good. My goodness, a couple of big flies already in the opening quarter of the grand final. It's King to Merritt, drives it forward to the wing, finds his teammate now there in Stephen Marnie, the captain, on the left foot. Gee, they've got a few left footers. Bond, he goes inside 50 and big Goodburn. 2 bites of the cherry, not paid umpire. Ollie Smart, oh, he almost could have taken that. He goes back and butters up. He's not clean though. Out to the Buffalo belt. Another tackle brings down James Fallon. Another Bond tackle again. This time it looks like it could be the captain again. Marnie goes forward again with that trusty left. Looking there for Brazil. Nudges his teammate out. And Brazil on 95 goals. He's probably been the one Bond player that hasn't really looked like it early in the game.
Exactly. It was just a bit of a careless kick inside the forward 50 as well. Good pressure here from Fox. And he's thrown out of bounds. But just with that kick there from Marnie, he just bombed, knowing that Brazil was there. He had a lot of numbers on him. Be more direct. There's an extra player loose inside that forward line. If they've got 2 on him, look for the one that's loose, even at half forward.
Yeah, well, that's true. Jens, or even just put it out in front of him a bit so they can run onto it or lead onto it. But nevertheless, they're getting plenty in there, so I guess they're going to keep scoring if they do that. It's Buffalo, the Buffalo boys. Keep working at Jack James.
Here he is.
Brazil gets one back on Jackie James, but Jackie James, in true fashion, dives back on the footy and saves what could have been another goal to the Bond team. Runs it over the line, and yet another point to Bond. They go to 3-4-22, leading the Beenleigh boys just one behind. I keep getting desire to call the Beenleigh the Buffalo Bills. Yes. It's
it still works, mate.
In the States, mate. But I think if I get a couple of Buffalo Bills in, it won't be the end of the world today,
I'll
mate.
Be happy to suit our American friends as the ball gets pumped long inside the forward 50. Brazil went up. He couldn't quite take the mark as Beenleigh tried to clear the ball across half back. Good pressure, no prior. Good hard work in there from, I think it was Meany. Kick socket out towards the boundary line, and we'll see a throw in. So 21 points of margin, nearly 30 gone in this first term. Only 3 goals kicked, but Chipper, a lot of stoppages.
Yeah, a lot of stoppages, a lot of footy to play out as well. It's worth noting, it's Ben Merritt shoves his opponent, Balm out of the way, gets it forward, not much penetration on the kick. Hakeem Kennedy out of defence now for the Beenleigh boys. Out across now to his teammate James Fallon. Good run and carry back to Hakeem. He's got some talent, that boy. He kicks it forward. Oh, the gates are opening up here. If they get a good bounce, they do. He's under the pump, though, the young fella. Over to the headbanded fella in Jacob Zinger when he overruns it. Back out, and Bond look like they might have saved the day here as they clear it out across the wing.
Too good there. Sorry, that was Ollie Smart. Spots his teammate there on the burst at half forward in his captain. He pumps the ball into 2-on-1. The ball clears out there in the back. And the 2 will prevail now as Beenleigh Kicks the ball, it'll go too far. It's still inside the field of play, yes. But he turns the ball over. It's going to get put straight back in. This is dangerous. Good pressure from Von Uni. A shot at goal. It's going through for a minor score.
Gee, Jens, it's good at the pressure, the bond applied. What about the efforts here of young Jackson Clark? Backing back with the play. Young fella almost taking the footy. Good on you, son. It was a fantastic effort from you.
There's the Buffaloes, jet set again on the outer side. Dangerous kick again on the bounce there. Good defensive pressure. That's great. He's gone. Free kick will go to the Bull Sharks there at half forward.
Reece King again from almost identical position. He slotted that goal a bit earlier, maybe 5 or 6 metres further out. He's going to probably have to kick it from 48, 50 metres.
He lobs the ball into space and he turns the ball over now.
Clark
again. He's in a good purple patch at the moment as the Buffaloes across the outer side trying to negotiate something in Suter. Right foot kick. He turns the ball over on the outer wing. Now the Bull Sharks, what have they got on offer? A left foot kick up towards half forward. Players will fly. Ball hits the deck. Crosby there was at ground level. Right foot kick up and under. It's a 2-on-1 foot race now towards Marnie. He turns, he couldn't quite get his hand on the ball, and a spiralling kick there from the Buffaloes. The ball bounces on its point, it stays in the field of play. Both teammates couldn't negotiate something there. And we'll see it's running at half forward for the Bull Sharks.
Goodness me, mate, it looked like they were about to clear the footy, the Buffalo boys.
They just didn't have the communication there, they weren't in sync.
It was tight pickings, and a couple of trips there didn't help their cause either. There, young Cooper Lang and his teammate there in James Fallon couldn't quite get it. As they go up again, Barham and Goodburn with the knock. Gets it forward there in the direction of his teammate in Connor Pike. And it'll be another throw in as Bond continue to use the bench. And it looking over, it looks like young Oliver Renshaw is probably out for the day. He haven't seen him back out there either.
Cannon's just come back onto the ground. He'll go over to this passage here, so it's good he's recovered. But yeah, sad news with Oliver Renshaw after kicking in the opening goal of the game. Hopefully his teammates can go the journey and power on through to a premiership win as the ball's brought to ground there by the Buffaloes. Handball under pressure out to Suter. Again, the pressure from the Bull Sharks is outstanding. We'll see a ball up right on the paint of the final series logo.
Nice to have a bit of footy right in front of the commentary box, Jens, from our point of view anyway.
Unbelievable, we love it.
Hey, it makes player ID a lot better.
As it's quarter time here at Yeronga, the scores, Bond Uni 3-5-23 to Beenleigh 1 behind. Goal scorers so far, Mitch Olorenshaw with 1, Reece King with 1, Andrew Cannon with 1. Just a quick comment from you before we head off to the quarter time break.
Yeah, well look, it's worth noting Bond were terrific. Their pressure and tackling and pressure was just a class above the Beenleigh boys for that quarter. 3-5 to 1 point testifies to that. It's got to be said though, kicking right a screen on that on this coverage. Yesterday, that was the scoring end as well. There is probably a 2 to 3 goal wind advantage, you would think, even though it's a bit swirly. And I think at the end of the day, it's going to take a little bit of work for the Beenleigh boys to come out the next quarter and try and bridge that gap.
Well, it is quarter time here at Yeronga. We'll be back with the electrifying second term right after this.